Hello everybody, I hope you're keeping well. Today is Friday the 3rd of January and this is day 00 of my food challenge. A while back at Jamie's Rock and Soul, challenged himself to feeding he and his two daughters for 7 days on £50 for the week on groceries, which represented 63 meals over the 7 days. So we got into a conversation and he challenged me to feed myself and Dan for 7 days on between 20 and £25. That's 42 meals over the 7 days. So before we do the shopping, which will be tomorrow, let us do an audit of what we have in our fridge. And now I will say that today I received my monthly delivery of raw organic dairy produce from Fen Farm Dairy. Most of it will not be used in this challenge. The raw milk has gone in the freezer. You can freeze it quite safely for a few weeks. We have some butter which we will be keeping until around Burns night for our celebration because it was very expensive. It's made from raw milk from their rare breed cows. I'll put the name above. We also had a pot of skyr type raw bio yogurt with a strawberry compote and some beautiful cultured cream, again made with raw milk product on their farm. Now, the cost of anything like that, or whatever dairy we use from our regular Milk and More dairy, I will include in the cost. And that includes anything that we use during the week from our freezer that hasn't been used before. So it doesn't include leftovers like soup or maybe pasta sauce or any odd little bits and pieces that we've made here at home. But if we were saying using some sausages or a piece of meat or fish that was fresh and had been frozen or in supermarket packaging, then we would include that. I will also work out a cost for using what I also have in the cupboards, such as dried beans and pulses, which we tend to get cheap because I tend to buy in bulk and cook from dried. So things like rice and pasta as well, I would work out a cost for those. And things like flour and sugar, baking products like those. Maybe what vegetables we have as well in stock. But I wouldn't include things like sauces, herbs and spices and other seasonings and oils. Then at the end of the week, this is a very scientific way I'm doing it. At the end of the week, I will add together what I've used from my £20 note, plus what we have used in store, and then deduct what we haven't used from the £20 I'm going to spend tomorrow. That sounds quite complex, however, it's a little bit fairer than just ignoring those products at all. To me, it's my effort to make this as authentic a task as I possibly can. So let's start by taking a look at what we have in the fridge. Here is the inside of our fridge. We have a little bit of salad. There's a salad pack that was £1.25 from Iceland. And there's a couple of apples left, organic apples from Riverford. If I use those, I'll include those. Sometimes Dan enjoys a cheese and apple salad. And then a lot of this is homemade, like the mincemeat at the back. The red cabbage was a gift. That's my kimchi. And we've got other leftovers. There's a few tomatoes left and they won't be there by Sunday when I start the challenge proper. And then that's just some leftovers that are going to be eaten before then. These eggs are from the Milkman. They're £2.36 for half a dozen. So if I use those ones, then they will be included. And the same goes for any of those. We've got bits of cheese left over. We've got some lard. We've got a bit of salted butter there. Homemade turkey soup, which is Dan's. I won't include that. And then the dairy, this is nearly gone. That won't be here anymore by Sunday. As well as these pinters, they'll probably be gone by tomorrow night. But I'll be including the raw milk from Fen Farm. The other two 1 litre cartons are in the freezer. If we use either of those, they will also be included. I'll look at my invoice to see how much I paid for them. We've got quite a bit of dairy there to use. And of course, if we use any of those, we will include those in the cost. But those two items there on the left, the cheese and the chocolate slices, they were gifts, so we're not including those. There's a tiny little bit of Philadelphia in the corner, but I'm not including that. It's literally a scraping. These were a beautiful red variety that we grew in time for Christmas. We actually picked them 2 or 3 weeks before Christmas. We always have a lot of success with our own potatoes, but those ones I won't include in the cost of the challenge. Although if we use any other potatoes that we've bought elsewhere, say from the farm shop or from Riverford Organic, we will include those. We also have some onions. They will go that side. We have plenty of onions, so I won't need to get any of those. If I use this red variety of sweet potato, I will include that. It came from Vivid Organic and is about £1.75, but I may not need to use it. It depends what I decide to cook. I have done a rough plan of some of the things that I wanted to cook, but it all depends on what we find tomorrow and my schedule, Dan's schedule, and what we actually feel like eating nearer the time. I have some little parsnips that I got last weekend from the goods shed. We may indeed use those, especially if we have a roast dinner on Sunday. So I will include the cost of those. And the same goes for the Bramleys. They were £2.20 a kilo from the goods shed. I bought 2. They're roughly about £1 in weight. So that's about £1.10, roughly. So again, if I make, say, an apple pie or a fruit crumble or a compote, I will include the cost of whatever I use. This big stalk of sprouts with the sprout top as well cost £2.70 from the Good Shed in Canterbury. We've still got plenty left. I'm not sure how much will be left though after dinner tonight. Whatever's left will probably get used during the week, and then I'll try and work out a rough calculation. We also have this gorgeous Savoy cabbage. This came from a Riverford organic veg box recently. It probably averages out to about £1.50 roughly, because if you buy a veg box, the goods in the box usually work out cheaper than if you buy them individually on the site. So I'd probably put that at about £1.50. I will be using a little bit of that probably during the week. I have a recipe in mind for this, and I will try and work out a rough cost accordingly. So this is the veg we have. Those few little bits on that side are cost free, and the rest I will work out a cost. That is an organic red pepper, by the way. So now I've carried out my audit, we can think about what we need to buy tomorrow. So now I will make a list, and in a few moments I will share it with you. I've started writing my list, and these are the things that immediately come to mind. So we have blueberries or other berries, cream, normal butter. I don't want to use the expensive stuff for making cakes. I would rather just use something that was regular unsalted butter for cakes. Spaghetti. I've got cucumber, radishes, celery and tomatoes, carrots, oranges and bananas. Those are my initial thoughts. I'm going to go to Farm Foods with my £20. Dan will be buying other non-grocery items such as washing up liquid, loo rolls, any cat food, water. We don't drink tap water, and at the moment we don't have a new water filter. We need to order or find another one or two of those. The cats don't drink tap water either. None of us do in this household. So they're my initial thoughts. I'm thinking about making a cake during the week. There's a fabulous fatless sponge that was served at the World War II victory celebrations, which is topped with cream and berries, and I thought that might be quite nice during the week. Also, I might make some ice cream as well. So we'll get probably a couple of cartons of cream. Well, I will check to make sure that the Farm Foods dairy is still Bover free. It's apparently produced by Trewithen Dairy down in Cornwall. I have my dairy code, so I will just check that out. Spaghetti, just any normal spaghetti is fine. I've got a pasta dish in mind. Whatever salad items Farm Foods have, I will grab. I think we will manage with the vegetables we have that are fresh, but I've run out of carrots, and our own carrots are still not ready yet. Oranges. Dan enjoys oranges, as do I, either as a dessert or after packed lunch. And bananas, again, healthful, great in smoothies. You can put them in cakes as well to replace the sugar, and all you need is a little bit of honey perhaps. They're nice in all kinds of desserts. So bananas are on the list. They're especially good on top of porridge when Dan's been to the gym. He likes to go to the gym usually first thing on a Sunday. And I usually make us porridge and then I'll give him sliced banana on top. He also enjoys, as do I, buckwheat pancakes. I will probably use some of the yogurt as well to make him protein smoothies. He's still got a bit of protein powder, I think, left in the back of the cupboard somewhere. So that's our initial list, and we will see you again tomorrow afternoon when we actually go to the shops. So bye for now.